Well, I was supposed to get some footage yesterday of going to the shop, but it never happened because Travis was uber busy. But we have to go down there today to go get put back on the schedule because they rescheduled. FedEx lost parts for my truck. So, let's go see Travis again. The day after. Well, good afternoon, everyone. We're doing another episode here as I back out of my parking spot. We actually had an appointment at the shop today, and as I mentioned in the last episode, the introductions episode, but stupid me forgot to call and confirm the appointment last week. So now they're trying to squeeze me in last minute. I'm more mad at myself than anyone else. And so I'm hoping that they can get me in because I'd like to get this fuel rail pressure issue fixed. I did end up washing the truck the other day, and it looked a hell of a lot better than before. But then I had to go haul a mower to a friend of mine, a Mennonite friend of mine, and when I went to the farm, it was just a mud mess. We were inundated with about 4 days of rain here in Tennessee, and it was a mess. So now the truck is a mud mess again, but I'm thinking about taking it through the car wash again. We've also been dealing with another issue. It's just like, again, the name of the channel's Old Trucks, New Builds. Apparently my AC condenser, or no, AC evaporator core is sweating so much, it's not draining out of the drain, out of the truck, it's draining onto my floorboard. So I have to get a shop vac and clean that up, but I'm going to go and try to find someone with an air compressor that will blow that drain clear, hopefully, and it'll start draining to the outside and not the inside. So, I am actually on my way to go get some lunch before I go up to the shop to see what they found out about their schedule, because their schedule is not until they have a vehicle in there right now, and they said they'd call the shop at about 1 o'clock, between 12 and 1. And I actually just went down there. They're only like 2 or 3, 4 miles from my house, so I just went down there and then came back home. Did some online shopping, changed insurance companies because my truck was registered in Kentucky and my tags had expired, so I had to change my insurance, which actually the cost of insurance on this truck is about the same in Tennessee versus Kentucky. Kentucky's a no-fault state, so it makes the cost of insurance higher. So I just kind of wanted to chit-chat for a minute and run my mouth. We're just kind of cruising down the road right about now. Just another day. As everyone can tell, I've got my new windshield. Thank God. The old windshield I just couldn't stand. It started to leak water, and the back glass started leaking water because it didn't. Come on, dude. Why are you braking going down a hill? You don't even have a turn signal on. Nice turn signal. Yes, I am that driver. Stupid people who can't drive sometimes. Welcome to Clarksville, Tennessee, everyone. The traffic is just ridiculous. Now, when I moved back to Clarksville 5-6 years ago, and the traffic was not near as bad as it is now. It's grown exponentially. They actually just increased vehicle tax by like another 5% or something crazy. When I registered my vehicle yesterday, my tags were $126. I thought that it'd be cheaper than Kentucky, and in fact it was more expensive. And Kentucky can be a really expensive state because of how the clerk's office runs their system. So if you don't have a piece of paper signed off by the seller when you buy a vehicle, it states the actual cost of what you paid for your vehicle, they will charge you the Blue Book value of your vehicle. So let's say you bought a 2001 Silverado and it was beat up and totaled and the windshields were mashed out and everything else, and you don't have this extra piece of paper in Kentucky, they will charge you Blue Book value. It doesn't matter, that they will charge you the maximum amount of Blue Book value. Oh, wow. On that, so that's, yeah. So always, if you're in Kentucky, make sure you get that extra piece of paper. I don't even know what the name of the form is. I was just amazed. I also did order a Infiniti BaseLink DC10 to put in here. It was on sale on Amazon for $204, and I myself love Harman products, even though now they are owned by Samsung, which I never did care for Samsung except for the displays that they have. The displays are awesome. But Harman Industries, that has been acquired by Samsung now, is their products are still really good. So, and I didn't want a whole bunch of wires and 210s lying around in my truck. I need all the space I can get. I like to have a real roomy truck and not with a bunch of clutter in it, even though the front seat right now has got a bunch of paperwork in it, and a wrench, and a couple of other things. But anyway, so it's just this compact unit that's got the amp and the sub itself in it, and it's a plastic enclosure, I'm sure. You know, I will do a review on that. An acquaintance of mine is supposed to help me hook it up. I could do it myself, but I just don't have the patience to run all the wires and make it look neat and everything else. I haven't really done any exploring on double DIN head units in probably about 5 years, because every vehicle I've had since then has had a single DIN or a DIN and a half head unit. But apparently on the 2001 Silverados, you can fit double DIN in there with this dash kit that they've got out without cutting anything. So I am on my merry way to go get lunch, and then I will take you inside to talk to Travis, hopefully, who is the owner of Torx Custom Auto here in Clarksville, Tennessee. And usually he could fit me right in, no problem, but he has been backlogged since we had that winter storm and hasn't been able to catch up. He also had a guy out for a week. You know, the whole Corona thing is just really messed up. Has really messed up the economy and made even you know, tech shops backlogged. So, you know, that's the big thing. So I'm gonna go on and get me some food. I'm kind of hungry. And then I will see you all when we get back rolling on the road. I don't think you want to go inside the Chinese restaurant. I don't think they'd want me to film inside the Chinese restaurant. Although I am a regular here. Also have a friend in Virginia. He is awesome guy. He's been as much over the computer help with diagnosing certain things on my truck, hopefully we are going to be able to get to Virginia in a couple weeks. I did apply for an apartment. I start my new job with the Commonwealth of Virginia on May 1st, but I could start moving into my apartment April 6th. And really hoping that they get me approved and everything. It seems like it's a pretty decent setup. I mean, it's not. You know, when a lot of people move to Virginia, they get these apartments that are like $1,400 a month for a one bedroom, and it's just way out of my price point. Honestly, I'd rather put that money into my truck and this project than anything else, honestly. Although the last year or so I've been looking at getting a boat or a jet ski of sorts. Haven't really ever been a fan of Honda and Kawasaki jet skis. I've been more of a fan of Sea-Doo brand. You know, tried, true, and reliable, you know, whatever. And, you know, years of, you know, they've got like over 50 or 60 years of building these things. So, you know, always been looking. I've been keeping my eye out for a used Sea-Doo, but if I could get brand new in the next 6 months to a year, that'd be awesome too. And I would just, I would just pay cash for it. I don't really finance anything. Like this old truck, I didn't finance it. I paid cash for it. I actually paid cash for it, $4,300 out of Waynesboro, Tennessee. The gentleman that sold it to me had Lou Gehrig's disease, and he ended up passing away 3 months after I bought this truck, and he's just a really nice guy. You know, very upfront about it. Told me it had some problems. Obviously, it's a used truck, but he got it from an auction, from a salvage auction, total insurance auction. And at first he wanted $7,200, and I said, "There's just no way I'd pay $7,200 for a Duramax with 263,000 miles on it." And then I got him down to about $4,300 cash money, and I put down a security deposit and came back 2 weeks later with literally the exact amount I needed for my paycheck, and I drove this sucker home. Actually, I had it towed home because I couldn't find anyone to go with me that far to drive two vehicles home. So, anyways, we are here now. Also, I've got a problem with my shifter. It doesn't want to go in park. I think the cable's just stretched out. So, you all be safe, and I will see you all here in about 35 minutes.